My sister texted, "You're not invited to the wedding. Please don't come." My dad liked the message. I replied, "Perfect. Then I'll remove my payments from the account." The notification lit up my phone during lunch at my desk. Right between bites of a turkey sandwich I'd meal prepped on Sunday like I always did. 2:14 p.m. on a Tuesday. "You're not invited to the wedding. Please don't come." Then I saw it. The thumbs up reaction from my dad. I stopped chewing. Read it again. The words didn't change. The family group chat kept rolling. My sister complaining about centerpiece options, rustic or modern. My mom weighing in on the rehearsal dinner menu. My cousin asking about the open bar. They were laughing, planning, joking about my uncle's terrible dancing, like I'd already evaporated. I stared at my phone for exactly 10 seconds. My hands weren't shaking yet. That came later. Right then, I just felt this weird calm settle over everything. The kind you get right before you do something you can't take back. I typed, "Perfect. Then I'll remove my payments from the account." Nobody responded. Not immediately. They probably rolled their eyes. Dramatic Haley being sensitive again. Always making everything about herself. What they forgot, what they genuinely did not remember in that moment, was that every single vendor was under my name. The venue, the catering, the flowers, the photographer, the DJ, the cake, the chair rentals, the linens, the cocktail hour, everything. I'd been the family's financial safety net for 6 years straight. It started small. My parents' electric bill one month when my dad was between jobs. "Just this once, sweetie. We'll pay you back Friday." Friday became next month. Next month became when things settled down. Then my sister's car repair, $800. "I'll Venmo you this weekend." She didn't have Venmo. Still doesn't, actually. My mom's root canal, my dad's truck registration, my brother's security deposit, again and again and again. Little emergencies that added up to a lifestyle I was subsidizing without realizing it. My sister, Rebecca, 26, a year younger than me, worked part-time at a boutique and lived with our parents. Her fiancé, Tyler, managed a sporting goods store. Nice guy. Quiet. The kind who said yes ma'am to my mother and brought wine to family dinners. They got engaged last October 12th specifically. I remember because it was my mom's birthday, and Rebecca announced it right after we sang and cut the cake. Everyone cried. I hugged her. Meant it. The planning started immediately. By November, Rebecca was drowning in vendor quotes she couldn't afford. My parents were tight that month, and the next month, and the one after that. Their savings, if it ever existed, had vanished into home repairs and my dad's truck payments and some timeshare situation I never fully understood. "Haley, could you maybe help with the deposits?" my mom asked during Thanksgiving prep. "Just until we get the tax return in April. You know we're good for it." I knew they weren't, but I also knew what would happen if I said no. The guilt trips, the comparisons to cousins who helped family, the subtle digs about my salary. I was a financial analyst at a mid-sized firm downtown, made decent money, had savings, was responsible. So I said yes. 6 months ago, I sat in Rebecca's apartment, really our parents' guest room that she'd taken over, and watched her cry over venue pricing. "Everyone good wants $10,000 minimum," she sobbed. "Tyler and I have maybe $3,000 saved. We can't do this." The venue she wanted, Riverside Estate, this gorgeous converted barn with string lights and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the water, required a $4,200 deposit. They needed an answer by Friday, or they'd lose the date, June 14th, a Saturday, prime wedding season. "I can cover it," I heard myself say. Rebecca looked up, mascara smudged. "Really?" "Temporarily, until mom and dad's tax return comes through." She hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe. "You're the best sister ever." The deposits kept coming. Catering, $2,400, just until Tyler's bonus check clears. Photographer, $1,800. Dad says he'll give us his stimulus money. Florist, $950. Mom's selling some jewelry. DJ, $800. Tyler's parents are helping, I swear. Cake, $650. This is the last one, I promise. Chair rentals, linens, cocktail hour appetizers, the videographer Rebecca added last minute, the photo booth her maid of honor insisted on. Every contract had my name, my credit card, my signature on the dotted line. "We'll pay you back right after the wedding," became the family mantra. They said it so often I almost believed it. By May, I'd put down $17,340. I kept a spreadsheet. Column A, vendor. Column B, deposit amount. Column C, date promised to repay. Column D, actual repayment received. Column D was empty, completely blank. Not a single cell filled. The disinvitation came out of nowhere. Or maybe I'd missed the signs. Looking back, there were small things. Rebecca stopped asking for my opinion on decisions. My mom changed the subject when I brought up repayment timelines. My dad got weirdly defensive when I mentioned the money during Sunday dinner. "We said we'd handle it," he snapped. "Why are you being so pushy?" I wasn't being pushy. I was being a creditor watching my savings account drain. 3 weeks before the wedding, Rebecca posted her final head count on Instagram. 150 guests. She tagged everyone, bridesmaids, groomsmen, family, friends. I wasn't tagged. I texted her, "Hey, didn't see my name. Just an oversight?" 3 hours later, "We need to talk." She called that night, put me on speaker. Tyler was there. My mom was there. "The thing is," Rebecca started, voice careful, "Tyler's mom is paying for some last-minute stuff, and she's invited a lot of people from their side. Church friends, Tyler's extended family, and we're really tight on space." Silence. "So we have to make some cuts," my mom added. "You understand. Cuts," I repeated. "It's nothing personal," Rebecca said quickly. "We just thought, you'd understand. You're always so mature about these things. And honestly, you're not super close with Tyler's family anyway, so it won't be weird for you to miss it." I waited for the punchline. The "just kidding." The "of course you're coming." It never came. "Who else are you cutting?" I asked. "Just a few cousins," Rebecca said. Too fast. Defensive. "Which cousins?" No answer. Because there were no other cousins being cut. Just me. The ATM they didn't want at the party party. I didn't argue on the phone, didn't yell, just said okay, and hung up. Then I poured a glass of wine and pulled up my spreadsheet, stared at the numbers. 17,140, not including the gifts. The bridal shower I'd hosted in March, $600 on decorations, food, and games. The bachelorette weekend in Nashville I'd organized, another $400 for my share of the Airbnb and activities. The therapist I'd been seeing, Dr. Monica Chen, licensed clinical social worker with 14 years experience, told me once, financial abuse doesn't always look like someone stealing from you. Sometimes it looks like someone making you responsible for their choices, then resenting you for it. I thought she was being dramatic. I pulled up the family group chat again, read through the messages, my sister discussing tablecloth colors, my mom sending photos of potential cake toppers, my dad making jokes about how expensive weddings were these days. Not a single mention of repaying me. Not one thank you. Not even an acknowledgement that I'd made any of this possible. Then the Tuesday lunch text arrived, and my dad liked it. That thumbs up sat there like a middle finger. I drove home at exactly 4:47 p.m. Told my supervisor I had a family emergency. Technically true. My apartment, a one-bedroom in a complex near the highway, felt different when I walked in. Quieter. Or maybe I was just hearing things clearly for the first time. I opened my laptop, pulled up my email, searched receipt and confirmation. 17 vendor agreements appeared, each one CCing me on payment confirmations, contract terms, cancellation policies. I started with the venue. Riverside Estate. This is Amanda speaking. Hi, Amanda. This is Haley Grant. I need to cancel my reservation for June 14th. Pause. Keyboard clicking. Oh, the Bailey Mitchell wedding? That's the one. I'm so sorry to hear that. Is everything okay? The question almost broke me. This stranger showing more concern than my own family. Change of plans, I said. What's the cancellation policy? Well, you're 3 weeks out, so the deposit is non-refundable. That's $4,200, but you won't owe the remaining balance. I was saving them $7,800. They just didn't know it yet. I understand completely. Are you sure? This is a pretty big... I'm absolutely certain. She took down my information, sent a confirmation email. 5 minutes, done. Next was the catering company. I called their event coordinator, Marcus Rodriguez, who picked up on the second ring. Ms. Grant, we're actually finalizing your menu this week. Do you have those final numbers? Actually, I need to cancel the entire order. Long silence. The Bailey wedding? For the 14th? Yes, ma'am. We've already ordered specialty ingredients. The deposit is $2,400, and you'll owe an additional 50% of the total contract. That's another $3,600. I did the math. Canceling would cost me $6,000 total, but showing up to cook for 150 people, that would be $14,400. Send me the cancellation invoice. Ms. Grant, I really think, please process the cancellation. He did. Sounded genuinely sad about it. The florist was next. Then the photographer, who'd blocked off her entire Saturday and seemed devastated for me. Are you okay? Do you need to talk? Before processing the cancellation. Then the DJ, who'd already created a custom playlist. Then the cake designer. Then the chair rental company. Then the linens. Then the videographer. Each person asked if I was sure. Each time, my voice got steadier. By 6:30 p.m., I'd called every single vendor. Canceled everything. Lost $8,140 in deposits. Saved myself $8,400 in remaining balances. Net loss, $540. But honestly, worth it. My phone stayed silent for exactly 1 hour and 12 minutes. Then it exploded. Sister, what did you do? Sister, call me right now. Sister, the venue just called me. Sister, they said you canceled. Sister, what the fuck, Haley? Mom, Haley, call me immediately. Dad, this is completely ridiculous. Fix it. Sister, you're insane. Sister, you're psychotic. Sister, you just ruined my entire life. Cousin Emma, WTF is happening? Aunt Diane, your mother is crying. Call her. More messages let it in. Screenshots of vendor confirmations. Panicked voicemails. My sister crying in the background of my mom's calls. I didn't reply to any of them. Just watched the messages accumulate. Turned on Do Not Disturb. Made myself chamomile tea. Put on noise-canceling headphones. Watched The Great British Bake Off until my eyes got heavy. Slept better than I had in months. The next morning, my phone showed 43 unread messages and 6 missed calls. I scrolled through them with coffee. No cream, no sugar, just black and bitter. Turns out Rebecca had tried calling the venue directly, pretending to be me. Amanda asked her security questions. Last 4 digits of the card on file. My mother's maiden name. My zip code. Rebecca hung up after getting 2 wrong. My dad called the caterer using the same strategy. Marcus asked for the contract number and payment confirmation email. My dad started yelling about family businesses and customer service. Marcus flagged the account for potential fraud. My mom called the photographer, Sarah Jen Wellington, 15 years of experience, published in Modern Bride, crying and begging her to reinstate the booking. I'm so sorry, Sarah told her, according to the voicemail my mom left me. Only the person who signed the contract can make changes. That's policy. Nobody could undo what I'd done because every single thing was in my name. My Aunt Diane texted around noon. Your sister says you had a mental breakdown and sabotaged her wedding out of jealousy because you're single. What's really going on? I didn't respond, but I did call my lawyer, Jennifer Park, Esquire, 7 years at Morrison & Associates, specializing in contract law. I'd used her firm when I bought my condo 2 years ago. Haley, good to hear from you. What's up? I explained the situation, calmly, clinically, sent her screenshots of the vendor contracts, the payment confirmations, the family texts. She was quiet for a long moment. Okay, she finally said. First, you're legally in the clear. These contracts are in your name. You're the client. You can cancel anytime, assuming you accept the financial penalties outlined in the agreements, which I do. Good. Second, I want to advise you that your family might try to claim you verbally agreed to be reimbursed. Do you have any written proof of that arrangement? I pulled up texts, found 3 separate conversations where my parents explicitly promised to pay you back soon and cover everything after the wedding. Send those to me, Jennifer said. If they try to sue you for the deposits, which frankly they won't because they'd lose, we have documentation. Can they sue me? Technically, anyone can sue anyone, but they'd have no case. You fulfilled no legal obligation to continue funding their event, and they disinvited you, which honestly just makes their position worse. Something in my chest loosened. One more thing, Jennifer added. If they try to harass you, excessive calls, threats, showing up at your home or work, document everything. We can pursue a restraining order if needed. You think it'll come to that? I think people get weird about money in weddings. Protect yourself. By day 3, updates started filtering in through the family grapevine. Cousin Emma texted, "Your mom is calling everyone asking for loans. She needs 15 Kaylas by Friday." Nobody had 15K. Most of our extended family lived paycheck to paycheck. My Uncle Dave worked construction. My Aunt Carol was a school secretary. Cousin Emma managed a Starbucks. My mom apparently broke down crying during the call to Aunt Carol, saying I'd destroyed Rebecca's special day and betrayed the family. Aunt Carol, to her credit, asked why they'd disinvited the person who'd paid for everything. My mom hung up on her. Rebecca tried to salvage things, found a backup venue, someone's barn 40 minutes outside town, unlicensed, no permits. They'd have to bring in generators and rent porta potties. The outdoor tent setup got shut down by the city within 3 hours. Neighbors complained about the noise from setup. Code enforcement showed up, no permits filed, illegal assembly. My sister posted a frantic Facebook plea. Does anyone know a cheap caterer available June 14th? Comments flooded in with sympathy but no real solutions. The backup caterer she found wanted full payment up front, $8,000. They didn't have it. Tyler's parents offered $2,000. My parents scraped together $1,500. Still $4,500 short. Rebecca started a GoFundMe. Help us save our dream wedding. Raised $340 in 4 days, mostly from Tyler's co-workers who felt bad. The discount florist quoted triple the original price for last-minute weekend work. Rebecca cried in their showroom. The florist gave her a 10% sympathy discount. Tyler started asking uncomfortable questions about money, about who actually paid for what, about why his future in-laws were scrambling so desperately over what should have been handled months ago. My mom told him I'd changed my mind about helping and ruined everything out of spite. Tyler apparently went quiet, then asked to see the contract. Day 5, my mom sent one final message. Everything is completely falling apart. Your sister is devastated. She's losing weight from stress. The dress doesn't fit anymore. Please fix this. Please be the bigger person here. The bigger person. I'd been the bigger person when they borrowed money and never paid it back. I'd been the bigger person when they made their emergencies my problem. I'd been the bigger person when they forgot my birthday 3 years running, but never missed Rebecca's. I'd been the bigger person when my dad asked me to co-sign his truck loan, then made me cover 2 missed payments. I'd been the bigger person for 6 years straight, and all it got me was disinvited to a wedding I'd funded. I blocked all their numbers that afternoon. Also blocked them on Instagram, Facebook, and email. Changed my locks. My dad had a spare key. Updated my emergency contacts at work. Removed my parents. Added my best friend Lisa and my lawyer Jennifer. Dr. Chen, my therapist, called it establishing boundaries. I called it survival. 2 weeks later, I heard through cousin Emma, who'd stayed neutral and secretly kept me updated, that they had the wedding anyway. City Hall ceremony, Tuesday afternoon. June 11th, 3 days before the original date. 10 people showed up. Tyler's parents, my parents, Rebecca's maid of honor, Tyler's best man, a handful of close friends, no reception, no photos beyond iPhone snapshots, no celebration, no first dance, no cake cutting, no open bar, no string lights, no floor-to-ceiling windows, no sunset over the water, just a judge, a signature, and 15 minutes. Rebecca cried through the entire thing, mascara everywhere. Her dress, a gorgeous lace gown she'd found at a boutique and charged to her maxed-out credit card, didn't fit right anymore. She'd stress-lost 12 pounds. The alterations woman couldn't fix it in time. My dad wouldn't speak to Tyler, blamed him somehow. Like Tyler had forced his daughter to marry him on a random Tuesday in a municipal building. My mom spent the day apologizing to relatives who'd kept asking where I was, made up a story about me being sick and unable to travel. Nobody believed her. Most knew exactly what had happened. Tyler looked miserable in every photo. And me? I was 3 hours away touring apartments in a new city, Portland. Always wanted to live there. Found a place with exposed brick and huge windows. Signed a lease on the spot. Move-in date, July 1st. Fresh start, new city, new life. No forwarding address. The last text I got before blocking everyone came from Tyler. Just 2 words. I'm sorry. I stared at it for a long time. Sorry for what? For letting his fiancé cut me out? For not standing up to my parents? For believing their version of events? Or sorry for realizing too late what kind of family he was marrying into? I never asked. Didn't need to. I did respond though. One last message before blocking his number too. Take care of yourself. You're going to need to. 3 months later, I'm sitting on my new balcony in Portland, drinking coffee and watching the sunrise. Lisa flew out to visit last weekend. We hiked, ate too much food, and stayed up late talking about everything and nothing. She asked if I regretted it. The cancellations, the nuclear option. No, I said, and meant it. Not even a little, not even a fraction. Because here's the thing about being the bigger person. Eventually, you realize you've just been making yourself smaller, folding yourself into shapes that fit other people's convenience, apologizing for having boundaries, paying, literally paying, for the privilege of being treated like furniture. The wedding they planned without me happened without me. Turns out out you can't have a celebration when you cut out the person paying for it. My savings account is slowly recovering. I picked up freelance consulting work. Therapist says I'm making progress, whatever that means. Cousin Emma sent me photos from her wedding last month. She got engaged in July, married in September. Small ceremony, backyard of her parents' house, taco truck catering, string lights her fiance's dad hung, wildflower bouquets, 50 guests, everyone laughing and dancing and happy. She didn't ask me for money, didn't expect it. When I sent a $200 check as a gift, she called me crying, "This is too much." It wasn't. It was exactly right. I'm learning the difference now between people who see you as family and people who see you as funding. My dad's truck got repossessed last month, Cousin Emma told me. He called her asking for money. She said no. Rebecca and Tyler moved into a one-bedroom apartment. They're fighting a lot, apparently. Money issues. He works overtime. She picked up a second job. They're drowning in credit card debt from the dress, the rings, the honeymoon they couldn't really afford. My mom sent me one final message before I blocked her. She used my work email. Clever. Found it on LinkedIn. "I hope you're happy now. You destroyed your sister's life. She'll never forgive you." "We'll never forgive you. You're not part of this family anymore." I read it twice, then marked it as spam, blocked the address. Because here's what she didn't understand. I wasn't the one who destroyed anything. They did that themselves the moment they liked that text. The moment they thought they could erase me from the celebration and keep my money. The moment they forgot I wasn't just the family ATM, I was the card holder. And when you uninvite the card holder, you lose the card. My phone buzzes. Text from Lisa. "Coffee tomorrow?" I smile. Type back. Absolutely. No family drama, no guilt trips, no demands disguised as requests. Just a friend who wanted coffee. Revolutionary. The sun's fully up now. Portland's waking up. I've got a consultation call with a new client in an hour. Dinner plans with coworkers tonight. Therapy on Thursday. A completely normal, beautifully boring week ahead. No weddings to fund, no relatives to rescue, no emergencies that aren't actually mine. Just me, my boundaries, and a savings account that's finally mine again. The wedding they planned without me happened without them, and I'm okay with that. More than okay. I'm free.